Coast and landed at Brisbane Airport, where he commandeered a tanker filled with nearly 30,000 litres of aviation fuel. In the hands of the gunman, that tanker became a potentially lethal bomb, threatening the man himself, his 2 children who were with him, police, airport workers and firemen. In fact, everyone who was in the vicinity. Fortunately, that incident ended without any loss of life when police jumped the gunman and disarmed him. But since then, we've learned that it would be alarmingly easy for that situation to be repeated. What you're about to see is reporter Michael Munro investigating the security of fuel installations at Sydney Airport. A blue shirt and a Caltex badge gained him entry not only to the Caltex depot, but to every other company's fuel storage complex at the airport. He was also wearing a radio microphone so that we could hear what was going on, and of course he was being filmed by a camera concealed in a van outside the various depots. All this because we were approached by a former airport refueller who wanted the record set straight about the dangerous lack of security at our airports.
Well, the airport is right behind us here. Access can be gained through the numerous entries they do have, entry points. Someone wanting to get onto an airport, of course, in possession of a truck and looking the part of a refuel probably wouldn't be challenged.
Richard Herrick, former superintendent of the Total Company's fuel depot at Sydney Airport, and a man with 17 years' experience in airport refuelling operations. After last week's Brisbane drama, Richard Herrick wanted the authorities to realise that it could easily happen again.
Well, it's open slaughter for anyone who would like to sort of come and help themselves, in my opinion, and one day I suppose it's bound to happen. Nothing to stop anyone from helping themselves to a truck as you see today.
And all we might need is a $13 shirt with a Caltex emblem.
Well, Caltex, Shell, anyone you like can buy it readily in town.
We put Richard Herrick's claims to the test. From a city uniform supply company, we bought a blue work shirt of the type worn by refuelers, plus the official insignia worn by Caltex airport staff. No questions were asked, even though a Caltex spokesman told us that these badges were not supposed to be sold over the counter without authorisation. With nothing more than that $13 shirt and the badge, we first approached the mobile fuel depot at Sydney Airport. There was absolutely no one around as I walk in. No one in the office whatsoever. There's 4, 5, 6 trucks here lined up. There's keys in the ignition of this truck. Again, there are keys in the ignition of this 4th truck here. Waving to someone, didn't even question who I was. Just get up top of this truck, see if it's absolutely full up. Truck's full. Hi, mate. I'll go and check a couple of other trucks over here. I mean, it's quite obvious that I can just roam around here with absolute ease. No one's stopping me, no one's questioning. There must be hundreds and hundreds of thousands of litres of fuel right underneath me now. There are 2 men watching me, and no one is questioned at all. Mate, is these 2 trucks here full? I would say so, yeah. Yeah, they are, right. It's a quiet period of the day for you, is it?
Getting ready to go home.
Sorry?
Almost my knock-off time, actually.
Is that right? Well, again, no one questioned who I was or what I wanted. Going up to the actual refueling station, which again gives me total access to as much fuel as you could want. With the valves, opening up any of these valves will allow you to just pour petrol all over the place, thousands and thousands of litres worth. It'd be quite easy to drive out of here now, turn right, and go straight onto the tarmac, to pull up right underneath a plane, spray fuel all over the place from there, all underneath the plane, and you're holding it to hijack. The plane's yours then.
We have situations happening in the world where terrorism is happening and what have you, and people that have motives for wanting to gain entry onto airports and onto aircraft. And I see this as one of the greatest breakdowns in the security of our airport system all over Australia.
Is Sydney any different from any other airport around the country?
Basically not. They're all virtually the same. They all basically operate under the same type of activities. There's all of the oil company yards that I know of never have their own security. It's just open yards.